What is going on, my crazy 76er fanatics, guys? Thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod with your daily 76ers discourse and discussion. This is just after another preseason game took place in overseas where the Sixers took another beating from those New York Knicks. And this preseason game was kind of similar to the last one where the offense was shaky, the defense was exciting, and the rotations were questionable. Quite trash, if I'm being quite honest. But we're going to talk about it, guys. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. All the likers, all the commenters, all the watchers, and the subscribers. You all matter. So thank you so much for helping this channel grow and climb that subscription ladder. You see that down below. Could Tyrese Maxey win MVP? The honest answer is if this team doesn't have Joel, and this team doesn't have Paul George, and they're in playoffs, somebody's got to vote Tyrese Maxey to be MVP because he's going to carry a heavy workload for this team, not only offensively, but it seems like on the defensive end, Tyrese Maxey's bringing some tenacity, some full court pressure, and some defensive rebounding that you didn't see him bring before. Maybe this is just his preseason play, trying to build a culture, trying to create an identity for this team, or maybe Tyrese Maxey's just getting the fan base and the NBA warmed up for a full charge, full throttle Tyrese Maxey, maybe going for an MVP award because Tyrese Maxey is one of the only players in the NBA who has increased his points per game average every season he's in the league. And I got a good reason to believe, guys, this is going to be another year of the same, where Tyrese Maxey goes from averaging around like 25 to 26 to 27 to maybe averaging a 30 ball, guys, because in a 113 to 104 loss in the first half, guys, the only player scoring consistently, kind of efficiently, was Tyrese Maxey. He seemed comfortable getting to his spots. He seemed comfortable taking his shots. Any shot he wanted was getting off with ease. He may have been missing them, but it's the preseason. He's not in full season effect, and he also wasn't in a away building or a home building to feed off of the fans and feed off of the energy. But he did have 16 points in 17 minutes. Tyrese Maxey had 16 points in 17 minutes. And in all honesty, guys, he was the only thing that was good about this team offensively. I think the second best player, if Paul George isn't there, if Joel Embiid doesn't play, offensively, is Kelly Oubre. Assuming Jared McCain isn't going to be there either, is Kelly Oubre. The question going into the season was how this team was going to score. I think after watching these two games, the question is this team going to score? Because outside of Tyrese Maxey bringing the speed, the downhill ability, and the offensive throttle to shoot the ball from deep, I don't see anybody else on this team scoring the ball efficiently. Thank you for the restricted free agency clause because Quentin Grimes, brother, you had no choice, you had to sign. So Tyrese Maxey and Quentin Grimes are going to have to carry a huge workload for this team. And if you question if Quentin Grimes is going to see the court, you should have saw this team on the court these last two games. It has been a doggone shame on the offensive end. Offensively, there is no one you can account on, and no one who can say is reliable scoring. Dominic Barlow is a bright side, though. Dominic Barlow, I would say, is a bright side. Adem Bona, who we thought was going to be a bright side for this team, just can't seem to stay out of foul trouble. European play is a lot different than the NBA because of what you can get away with and how the rules are set and put in place. Adem Bona can't get himself out of foul trouble, and he would be a great backup for Joel Embiid. If Joel is able to play about 30 minutes a game, maybe we can get Adem Bona to play 20 minutes a game of handsy basketball, expecting about 3 to 4 fouls. If we could live giving up 8 free throws, that's a lot of free throws, guys, especially in playoff play. 8 free throws is a lot of free throws. Adem Bona is going to have to learn how to play without fouling the opponent. And this is another reason why I'm saying Tyrese Maxey has a workload and has a squad ahead of him because there's not a bright side on this team offensively that we got to see in these last two games outside of Tyrese. Kelly Oubre does have 20-point per game chops, but I don't think Kelly Oubre in competitive NBA play is the guy you want taking 20 shots a game, 18 shots a game, 15 shots a game. So Tyrese and Quentin Grimes are going to have a lot on their hands when the season starts. When the season does start, guys. Speaking of when the season starts, guys, rumor is that VJ Edgecombe may be ready for when the season starts because Tyrese Maxey was the bright side offensively, defensively, rebounding, upside-wise. VJ Edgecombe is the talk of the town. VJ Edgecombe may be one of those rookies that is bona fide, guaranteed to play about 20 minutes per game opening night. Because offensively, guys, he needs to be a little more efficient. I mean, of course, he's a rookie. He's not going to have that J.J. Redick silk shot as a rookie. His shot and his shooting ability, we can talk about it. But his slashing, when he puts the ball on the ground, guys, and he gets downhill, he could be one of the most dangerous and explosive finishers the NBA has currently. The guy attacking closeouts is one of the best players on this Sixers squad, and he can learn a lot from Kelly Oubre on how to attack closeouts and how to finish with force. He also already knows to use his vertical ability and how to get to the rim. VJ Edgecombe, how did he perform? If you had to rate it, defensively, rebounding-wise, you got to give him like a 9-8. Just knowing that he's a rookie, seeing that what he's going up against, and also seeing how often his number is called and how heavily he's depended upon. VJ Edgecombe is ready to produce on an NBA level. And if you don't believe me, check out what Brian Windhorst, ESPN analyst, thinks that VJ Edgecombe can do. Because Brian Windhorst said, after speaking to a few veterans and a few executives, there's a lot of excitement about VJ Edgecombe. We all know that athletically, he's extremely gifted. There has been a pleasant surprise so far in training camp and the workouts that led up to it about how his shooting has looked and that his shooting has shown good improvement. And guys, in the first game, VJ Edgecombe's shooting was a doggone shame. In the second game, he did find ways to pick his spots better and to take more efficient shots. He went 3 for 9 from the field today, 1 for 4 from 3, but his free throw shooting is one thing that you can show that he is a true shooter, and he has good true shooting mechanics and ability because he's 100% from the free throw line in preseason so far. A good 8 for 8 from a rookie is still good playing under pressure, playing calm and comfortable. Another thing I want to note about VJ Edgecombe is, again, attacking these closeouts, guys. That is where he's going to make his bread and butter. Tyrese Maxey did highlight that there could and should be some 3-guard lineups. If you have Tyrese, if you have a VJ, and you have Quentin Grimes, you have 3 players who can attack the rim, put the ball on the ground, and maybe initiate some offense as well, while also shooting the ball at a high clip. If VJ is a better point guard, because he did have 3 assists today, he also had a few assists last game, about 3-4. If VJ Edgecombe is a better point guard than he is a scoring guard, he can find his way on this court because Tyrese Maxey is a better scorer than he is a better creator. Tyrese Maxey is his best when he has better players around him. Think about the James Harden Tyrese Maxey. Think about the MVP season. Joel Embiid, how is Tyrese Maxey performing? Tyrese is his best when he has great and better players around him. And if you surround him with players with true talent, Tyrese Maxey will let his talent show. Question is, how good is this team and how good will this team be? Truthfully, guys, based off these last 2 games, I think this team is going to be another play-in seed contender. Again, you don't have your true MVP, your true on-court offensive and defensive leader in Joel Embiid. You also don't have the all-star that you paid for in Paul George, so you're not sure how good this team will be right now. Hopefully those guys get healthy, and hopefully those guys do perform better than what we do have right now. But if this is the product, and these are the players that you have to start the season with, this team is no better than the Charlotte Hornets. This team is no better than the Toronto Raptors, and this team will be an absolute disaster. This team could probably miss playoffs again, unless Tyrese Maxey is that MVP we talked about earlier in the season. Because offensively, you are missing a lot of players, so it's hard to scope out the landscape of how great this squad could be. Jared McCain's not there, Joel, Paul George, and Quentin Grimes, who did sign but has not played with this team as of yet. You're not sure how great this squad could be because that's about 80% of your offense right there. So talking about how bad this team is offensively, 80% of your offense you are missing. But speaking on 80% of that offense, how healthy is that offense? And how injury prone is that offense? Paul George injury history, Joel Embiid injury history. Quentin Grimes doesn't have the clearest bill of health. Tyrese Maxey doesn't have the cleanest bill of health. And Jared McCain entering the league has had some unfortunate luck with his injury history. 80%, 90% of your offense, you're not necessarily sure how green they're going to be throughout the entire season. So you have to look at this bench. You have to look at this rotation. And you have to look at the product that they just put on this court this last 2 games. I'm thinking if these guys are the guys you're going to have to count on to give you 82 to 75 to 72 games this year, I've got no belief this team can contend with Boston, with New York, with Milwaukee, with Miami. I'm not sure who this squad can beat as of right now. Justin Edwards hasn't been great. Actually, Justin Edwards has been underperforming. VJ Edgecombe has looked like an upside player, but as of right now, VJ Edgecombe is not playing efficiently enough to think that he could be the all-star that you draft or use a 3rd overall pick for. Dembona can't stay out of foul trouble. Dominic Barlow, who is the bright side on this team, is also still on a 2-way contract. Kyle Lowry hasn't played. Eric Gordon hasn't played well. We could go down the list about why we don't think these players may be the best fit for this team, but until the entire squad is put together, guys, it's not a fair observation. It's not a fair observation. So tell me what you see. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Leave a comment down below. We're going to continue talking about this team after every game, after every practice, and after every update to what this team has going on behind the scenes. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys, because we'll be covering your comments next time. And tell me what you saw out there during this preseason game. Was it good? Was it bad? Did you enjoy it? There's a lot of upside here, guys, and we did highlight the bad a lot. So tell me what the upside was. Like, comment, and subscribe.